So we're working on an acacia back here. It's got a lot of dead wood and it's got some clearance issues down hanging onto the ground, the fence, the house, and so forth. So we're basically just going to do a crown cleaning, which is a removal of dead, dying, and crossing branches. And then we're going to do a little bit of crown thinning, which is thinning the canopy out for light and structure and health. So that's what we're doing on this tree. Raphael's up in the tree right now, and Felix Navarro. They're both got their saddles and climbing gear on, or ropes, and they're going to move around the canopy and clean this tree out. You may occasionally hear the words headache. If they drop anything significantly out of the tree, they always yell headache first, so the groundmen or whoever's down below knows to get out of the way before they drop the material. Okay, some of the tools we use everything from hand pruners on really fine pruning to these 13-inch curved hand saws, and they have a tri-edge blade on them, and the tri-edge makes for a really smooth, rip-free cut. It also cuts fast. We put the same type of blades on the end of our pole pruners. You know, these are extendable pole pruners that will extend out to get into hard to reach areas. We try not to use pole pruners and pole saws as much as possible because it's a little bit harder to make the perfect cut that we talked about earlier. So, but sometimes we have to use them because we just can't get to the spot. On larger material, the guys will use chainsaws, and they're a lot heavier to carry around with you. So sometimes we'll fly through even big oaks. If it's all small, fine pruning, we won't even take a chainsaw up with me. We'll go around and do everything with a handsaw. But a lot of times, you got a lot of dead, hard stuff. It's harder to prune with a handsaw. You get up there with a chainsaw. They use a lanyard like this that clips on their side. The little ring here can double clip it so it can hang close to them like this. And they all have chain brakes on them, so that it stops the chain from turning. So if they have the chain on idle and they're not using it, they can click the bar real quick and keep it safe. Some key things to know about using a handsaw. This is another training tool that we do with all our guys before they use them. We work with them at the yard on cutting wood and so forth. There's lots of different cutting positions on a chainsaw. Your typical homeowner cutting position would be in the middle of the bar towards the saw, which is the safest place to use it. The more professional you are, there's a lot other areas. You can use the top of the bar and even the top of the nose and the bottom of the nose. Now this area right here is a real dangerous area to use in the saw, because as you're cutting into the wood, the chain will jump back up, and a lot of people get cut in the face with a chainsaw and they don't realize that. I've seen guys with scars all the way down the side of their face from getting hit by chainsaws. Guys have cut their jugular veins and actually killed themselves with it. So this area of the chainsaw is very dangerous, this tip. However, it's also a very important tool of the chain, because there's areas where you have to literally bore into the wood and then make your cut. So these type of things are left for professionals only. You absolutely do not want to have a homeowner using the tip of a chainsaw, because they can get themselves seriously hurt. Santos is climbing the tree using a prusik loop tied to a saddle, and he is advancing his rope as he goes up, so he always has the slack out, and he's always protected. And we train our guys not to let the slack go below their knees, because if that slack goes from your waist down to your knees, you got double that distance to fall. So you could fall 3 or 4 feet, and you certainly could get hurt doing that. This is not your best access job. We're way in the back corner here. The guy's got to carry the brush all the way around. Not every job's in the front yard. And we have plenty of manpower to make that happen safely and efficiently. And you know, when we can use equipment, we do use equipment to help us out.